Welcome to the Instagram stories for Monday, November 7th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. The biggest news of the day has to do not with Instagram, but with another social media company, Twitter. If you have not heard, Elon Musk recently purchased Twitter and had promised to eliminate a large percentage of the workforce. Well, in fact, that did happen. On Friday, it was announced that between 3,000 and 4,000 members of the Twitter team were let go, depending on which accounts you look at, which seems to be around 50% of the staff. The New York office was closed, and I felt so bad reading these accounts of people who have been let go after working at Twitter for many years, in some cases since its inception or since its infancy, dealing with now being let go at such a difficult time in such a large volume of people. I even read accounts of people being asked back after being let go, since it was realized that many of these people, if not all, would have been essential to the way Twitter was run. Now you're asking, how does this relate to Instagram? The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Meta is planning to begin large-scale layoffs this week. Around 87,000 employees work at Meta. However, due to some of the changes that have happened, not only to the industry as a whole, but specifically with Facebook's business revenue, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Meta is planning to cut expenses by at least 10% in the coming months, in part through staff reductions. I don't typically talk about stock prices on this flash briefing because I don't really follow stocks too much. It tends to give me agita watching the up and down and getting very emotionally involved in it. But Meta stock has fallen more than 70% this year. Obviously, the economy has been a big factor, but also the spending that companies have made when it comes to ads that are now not as targeted as they were in times past. Thinking about this as a whole, it just reminds me that not only is tech a challenging industry to work in, but some of the companies that I have always wanted to work at are going to go through challenging times. I remember reading about Apple not doing well in the 90s and not really thinking about it much at the time because Apple wasn't the huge player that they are today. But they did go through a lean time, and then once the iPhone and the iPod were introduced, that was what got them back into the public eye even more than they had ever been in the past. Other companies have gone through downturns as well, so it does happen, but Mark Zuckerberg is thinking so much about the future, to a certain extent, it's a detriment to what's happening today as a company. Of course, I'll keep you posted on this story as it develops, and you can look for the link to read the story from the Wall Street Journal directly in the show notes. That's going to do it for today's show. We're going to have a quick word from our sponsor, and be sure to come back tomorrow for more Instagram news.
This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.